Sandy here from Resell to Retirement, and today I want to show you exactly how I started my eBay journey. You might think you need heaps of money to get started reselling, but that's definitely not the case. Look for items around your home because it's filled with things you no longer use or things you've forgotten you even own. For example, take a look into your plastics cupboard. For old Tupperware containers or stray lids, buyers are searching for these items and they sell easily on eBay. To start selling on eBay, you don't need a warehouse, you don't need expensive stock, and you don't need thousands of dollars. You just have to search for items you already have in your own home. So if you've been wanting to start selling online, but you keep thinking, I don't know what to sell, or I don't have the money to get started, this video is definitely for you. I've always loved thrifting. I love the hunt of finding hidden gems, and I especially love turning unwanted items into extra money. And about 5 years ago during COVID, I found myself watching a video similar to this one. That was when I finally decided to give eBay a real go. To be honest, when I first decided, it all felt a little overwhelming, but I was so keen to get started. I knew I had a lot to learn about listings, taking photos, postage, writing descriptions, and taking measurements, etc. When you're brand new, it can feel like a lot. But I realised very quickly that you do not need to know everything in one day. You just need to start, that's it. One item, one listing, one small step at a time. And before you know it, you've got momentum. Today, I'm also here for another reason, and that is because I genuinely want to build a positive community around reselling. I want this channel to be a place where we can learn together, ask questions, share wins, share mistakes, and genuinely encourage each other along the way. Because starting something new later in life can feel a little bit scary. But you are absolutely capable of doing this because I started this at the age of 60. I know that you can do it too. So if you do have questions, leave them in the comments below and I'll do my very best to answer every single one of them. Now, the very first place I started sourcing items to sell was my wardrobe. Unless you've recently had a wardrobe clean out, it should be full of clothing and shoes you haven't worn for years. Between my wardrobe and my mum's wardrobe, we found over 70 items to start listing. I was actually shocked at the amount of clothing and shoes just sitting there, taking up room. No wonder I didn't have any space in my wardrobe. Anyway, so here's my rule now. If you haven't used something for 12 months or more, ask yourself seriously, do you still need it? Because somebody else might absolutely love it. Starting with your wardrobe is a good way to go because it forces you to declutter your home at the same time. And trust me, it makes you feel amazing. It's like a cleansing, out with the old and in with the new. I started with one large plastic tub and one black garbage bag. The garbage bag was for donations and the plastic tub was for anything worth selling. Easy so far, right? No complicated system involved here, no perfection, just progress. And don't overthink what's valuable either. You'd honestly be surprised what people are looking to buy on eBay. Once I had my pile ready, I re-washed everything. And here's a little trick I still use today. I hang clothing straight onto hangers to dry. That also saves so much ironing time. If you are anything like me, I gave up ironing years ago. I loathe it and only do it when necessary. Stay tuned because later in this video, I'm going to show you my absolute favourite shortcut for removing wrinkles from clothing without ironing. This honestly changed everything for me, but if you love ironing, go for it. Now, before you start listing, I highly recommend setting up an eBay store. And I know some of you might hesitate because of the monthly fee, but don't. It's $24 a month, well spent. eBay takes it out of your earnings on the same day every month. You just won't miss it. Having your own store just makes everything feel more professional from the beginning. And the good thing is, actually, eBay walks you through the setup process step by step. It's really easy and you don't need to be tech savvy. If you can follow instructions and use a phone, it's simple, I promise. A couple of things you'll need to set up are your profile photo and your store banner, plus your clothing categories like women's clothing, women's shoes, men's clothing, accessories, etc. Also think of catchy names for your new store. Now, if you panicked about doing your logo and store banner, don't worry, because this is where ChatGPT becomes your new best friend. Another bonus is you can do almost anything using your phone and the eBay app, which makes it so much easier. I'm not sitting here with fancy equipment and multiple computer screens. Most of what I do happens right here on my iPhone. If you don't already have ChatGPT, you simply go to the App Store, search for ChatGPT and download the official app by OpenAI. Then you create a free account and you're ready to go. And honestly, using ChatGPT, as I call it, is incredible once you know how to use it properly. For my own eBay logo, I had ChatGPT design it for me, and it even knew the correct dimensions for the logo. The trick with ChatGPT is this: the more detail you give it, the better results you'll get. So instead of saying, make me a logo, you want to explain your vision. For example, create an eBay profile logo with a green background and white initials that are bold and easy for buyers to recognize. Just say something similar to that in your own words. Just tell Chat exactly what you want your logo to look like, and you can tweak it until it feels right for your brand. I'll definitely make another video completely about ChatGPT because honestly, it helps me so much in my reselling business. Okay, so now back to your listings. This is where people often get overwhelmed. So I want to keep this simple for you. Don't pull out 50 items at once. You'll burn yourself out. Start with 5 items or 10 max. That's it. You want this journey to feel manageable, not stressful. Now, when it comes to photos, clear photos are everything. Buyers want detail. The more detail you give them, the fewer questions you'll get later. I normally take between 6 and 12 photos per item, depending on how much detail there is to the actual item. My basic photo routine is front view and back view. Then I photograph size tags, fabric tags, washing instructions, and where it was made. And I also take close-up photos of the fabric itself. Buyers want to see the fabric texture up close, especially with designer clothing. Measurements are also really important. You will need to buy a long wooden dressmaker's ruler. I bought mine from Spotlight for about $10. I use it to take all clothing measurements, plus I also use it for my postage when needed. Clothing measurements are so important as sizing varies so much between brands. eBay guides you through each item you list and shows you exactly where to put measurements and other item specifics. So you don't have to memorize everything. For tops and dresses, I measure armpit to armpit, shoulder to hem. For skirts and pants, waistband rise from the zipper up, inside leg, and the hem width. And once you do it a few times, it becomes like second nature. You don't even think about it. One of the biggest mistakes new sellers make is trying to do too much too quickly. That's when burnout can happen. So if you only have time to list 5 items a day, then just list 5 items a day. Listing consistently matters far more than the quantity of listings. Consistent listings is one of the biggest keys to success on eBay. Even small daily progress adds up fast over time. Now, I promised you my favourite wrinkle removal shortcut, and this is honestly still blows my mind. I take all my clothing photos flat on the floor, or you can hang items on the door or put them on a mannequin if you want. However, the floor works just fine for me, wrinkles and all. Then I upload the front and the back photos into ChatGPT and ask it to remove the wrinkles from the clothing image. I only do the back and the front because these will be my first two photos people will see. Buyers get the true picture of the item straight up. That's it. That's it. No ironing board, no steaming, no wasting time. And the results look so professional, just like you've been slaving over the ironing board for hours. I simply save the wrinkle-free image back to my iPhone and upload it straight into eBay. Simple as that. Technology makes reselling so much easier now, so take advantage of it. And once again, everything I've talked about in this video, I do from my iPhone. I'm not using complicated systems. I'm not using expensive equipment. You can genuinely build this business one simple step at a time, right from your living room or kitchen or office. So if you're thinking about getting started, this is your sign. Start combing through your home. Start small or go big if that's how you do things. Just start, because your first 5 or 10 listings will become sales and money in your pocket. Remember, your items haven't cost you anything, as they were just hanging in your wardrobe, right? Anyway, that's it from me today, and thank you so much for watching. There's plenty more coming in the next videos, including sourcing tips, shipping hacks, and what you can't list on eBay. So if you enjoyed this video, please take a moment to subscribe and like so you get notified when the next video goes live. I'll see you next time on Resell to Retirement. Bye for now.